Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday with Him on the Henson Show. I'm super excited that you're here, super excited that we're going to get into this, and I really want to show you and help you to transform your life from where it is today to where you want it to be. Now, on today's episode, we're going to talk about how to ask yourself better questions. Because life is all about questions. Every thought you have is a question. You wonder why things are happening. You think about maybe not being good enough, maybe not providing yourself with that extra push that you need. Maybe you're wanting to go after the goal and you tell yourself, am I good enough to achieve that goal? You're asking yourself a question. And that's what we want to do. We want to learn to ask ourselves better questions to be that person that we want to be. So, are your questions pointing towards pain or the outcome desired? So, it really determines on the direction of your questions. Which way is it going? Are you moving forward with your life where you're going, how do I become this person I want to be? What if this amazing goal that I'm going after does work out? Or are you going back going, I can't be that person. This isn't who I am. I don't know if I can achieve the goals I want. And these questions is what's going to hinder you, right? I can't get past this pain. I can't get past the past. These situations that happen to me, they're holding me back, and I don't know if I can ever go forward. Now, you need to learn to move past them. You need to learn to ask yourself different questions, right? And we get into that and of how to do that, right? Are your questions negative? I can't do this. I hate my life. I hate my job. This relationship I am isn't positive. I can't, right? Like that, these are, what kind of questions are you answering yourself? And the way you're going to know this is to be more self-aware and to say, okay, I know the kind of questions I'm asking myself, right? Journaling, right? What kind of question did I ask myself today would be a very good journaling prompt. And that's what you want to do. You want to create journaling prompts that are going to really help you deep dive into who you are and to become the person that you want to be, right? Are your questions positive? You know what? I got this. And you want to transition more into having more positive questions. I think I spelled positive wrong. I spelled positive wrong. Positive. But you want to have more positive questions, right? Questions, like I've said to you many times, the questions that you ask yourself are repetitive. 90% of the thoughts you have today are repetitive from yesterday. So you need to change those thoughts. You have to begin to not be repetitive with your thinking and move forward with your life and become that person that you want to be by changing the questions you ask yourself. Stop focusing on the question that you really can't get the answer to, nor do you really want to. Oh, a lot of spelling mistakes on this one. Sorry, people. Is why. Why did this happen to me? Who knows, right? You know, it goes back to the incident with my son and the loss I had, and I go, why did my 16-month-old son get taken from me? That's not a question I want to know the answer to, right? And I know I'll never get the answer to that. We don't know why people die in the times that they die. We don't know why people get a disease when they get a disease. But it's all about learning and changing your perspective and finding a positive. Over time, we will know why, right? Because we create the why. And it's all about creating how you want to see that person, how you wanted to live that life, how you want to move forward from it. This is going to create that why that you're missing, right? With me, I've created the why is, why did my son get taken? So that I would have gone through post-traumatic stress disorder, so that I would have gone through depression. And now I can use that mess, turn it into my message, and help people like you get over and transform your life from who you were to who you are. I never had this desire to do this prior. It was after that I had the passion and the desire. And sometimes it takes a tough circumstance to find your purpose. So it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter. So when you analyze the question, right, you get down to why am I thinking about this, or how do I change this? When you analyze the question, you'll either get an answer that you don't want, or you'll be stuck in an answer that you got. You'll be thinking about this. Why does this situation happen to me? What did I do wrong? Where did I, why is this a consistent thing? And when you want to change that, you got to ask yourself a different question. How, right? How can I grow from this? Why is my life not transforming the way I want it to? How do I make my life transform the way I want it to? How do I become the person, right? Always look forward, because unfortunately the past can't be changed, altered, or forgotten. We remember what happened. It's there to protect us. But we can't change it. What's happened has happened. So now we need to analyze it and say, okay, how do I grow from this situation that happened? How do I know that what I did was right? And how do I move forward? We react the way to either protect ourselves or find pleasure. I had a situation the other night, and it's funny, I didn't know if I was going to use this scenario, but I guess I am. I had a situation the other night where I was dealing with two aggressive people, and another aggressive person came up to me, and I had to separate myself from that person, and they felt that I pushed them and I was assaultive, and I really wasn't. I separated myself because I felt my life at risk, and that's what you need to do. You need to just separate. So I've been analyzing this, going, did I react the right way? How do I improve that for the next time if a situation comes up? And you just really replay this. But I can't change what I did. He can't change what he did. And now we move forward. And that's what it's all about. Like moving forward past this past that you've been in. So I want to give you 7 better questions to begin to get to know who you are today and not who you were yesterday. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about becoming better than yesterday. Yesterday's done and over with. Today is where we're working on, and tomorrow is what we're growing into. So, what is the most important thing in my life? Wow, that is definitely getting bigger than any situation that you're going to be going through on your day-to-day basis. What is the most important thing? How are you going to grow into this person you want to become? Do you even know who you want to become? Right? You need to really understand what is important to you. Is your job important to you? Or is your family more important? Right? Is your career, which is, just a in-depth way of looking at your job? Or is it your mission, the things you want to go after? Is your health important to you? What is the most important thing in your life? Do you know? Do you have that written down to know what's important to you and what's not? Because when you know what's important, everything else will fall away. Right? When you're on your purpose, you're going after what you want, and you're achieving the goals that you want, everything else is just going to wash away. Second is, are you being true to my values? Am I being true to my values? In my actions, in the things I say, in the things I think. What are your values? Do you even know what your values are? What do you value? Right? Honesty. Do you value health? Do you value, like I said, integrity? Do you value, helping people, service? What do you value in your life, and are you being true to them? Right? Love. These are questions that you really need to ask yourself, and they're going to help you grow into that person that you want to be. Is this thought or previous question moving me forwards or backwards? So when you're having a thought and it's a negative one or even a positive one, is it something that's propelling you? Is it something that you need to think right now? Or is it something that you need to just adjust yourself and move forward with your life? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about growth. And if something's not serving you or moving you, it's not a thought you really need to pay attention to. You need to have thoughts that are going to move you and create the life that you want. And finally, number 4 is, what am I grateful for? When was the last time you did gratitude? When was the last time you were grateful for something in your life? You have so much going on. I always say the expression, there's always someone below you. There's always someone wishing they had your life, right? No matter what level you're at, you look at Jeff Bezos, and I'm sure he is looking at other people going, I wish I had his life, right? Or certain parts of his life, right? And then you look at like a homeless person, and they're looking at you going, I wish I had parts of your life. Or you're looking at someone within your business, like you don't even have to go that low, right? There's always people that are wanting what you have. So you have to be grateful for what you have and feel it and be emotional to it, because that is where your happiness will come from and joy will come from, because you will see, I don't need anything else. I already have everything I need. The fifth question is, what is my biggest fear about this situation? How do I overcome it? Anytime you're asking yourself a question about a problem, always follow it up with, how do I? Right? There's always a solution. If there's a problem, there's a solution, right? And you have to ask yourself, because when you ask yourself the right questions, you say, how do I solve this? Your mind will start feeding you ideas, right? It is like the biggest computer. It's like typing in your computer right now. How do I solve this problem? It's going to be like, or you can be like, hey Siri, how do I solve this problem? And it will, oh, my phone's just going to go off. And I found this on the web for how do I solve this problem. There you go. So that's what we want to do. And that's what's in your mind. It tells you how to solve problems. And that's what you want to do. You want to ask yourself, how do I fix this? You're stronger. You have more mentality than the web. So you're going to have better response options. Number 6 is, what do I want to do with my life regardless of the past? We're moving forward. This is just a transition point in your life. You're moving from where you were to where you want to go. And that's what it's all about. And that's how you create your life that you want, regardless of the past. The past can't be changed. So you have to create your future. You have to move into where you want to go. And finally, what makes me happy and how can I do more of it? Life's fun. Life is supposed to be fun. And if it's not fun, you're not doing enough things to make it fun. You're not doing enough. You're too focused on one area, right? I know that we focus a lot on work, or we focus a lot on finances. But what about playing with your kids? What about going to the gym and getting exercise? Going on dates with your fiance or your wife or your significant other or your husband? Like, what do you do in your life to create that life that you want? What makes you happy? Do more of that. The only thing scarier than change is regret. Don't regret. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. The worst days give lessons, and the best days give memories. What are you going to look in your life? How are you going to look at your life? And how are you going to create that life that you want? I hope this inspired you. That's the end of today. Thank you for watching Wednesday Wisdom on the Adam Henson Show. And again, every Wednesday, I come out with a new one of these, and I'll run you through these PowerPoints, and we'll talk and grow and transform our lives. So subscribe, like. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.